Today, we're talking about Polygon or MATIC. A lot of people are getting bullish on this market because it is approaching all-time highs. So today we're going to look at what it has to do to break out, where it could go if it does break out, and also how to position yourself if it doesn't break out. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. Looking at the daily time frame here, it's pretty clear that the all-time high back here, the level to break, is going to be 270. So this is going to be the area to break for the market to really break out. And when I say break, it needs to close the day above 270. Just moving above it isn't going to count. We need to have that daily close above 270 to really confirm the breakout. Okay, so these are daily candles. We need one of these candles to close above 270. Now, this isn't just a horizontal level though, because if you look at these highs back here, we also have a trend line that extends off of some of these highs to create a confluence of resistance at 270. Now that's key because right now MATIC is trading below 270. So at the moment, this is a confluence of resistance. It is not support. MATIC has not broken out just yet. So it could break out, but we're not there yet, guys. Okay, so 270 is going to be a confluence of resistance. And while we're on the topic of trend lines, let's go ahead and look at these lows down here because there's also an ascending trend line off of these lows. Now, this clearly represents a market that is making higher highs and higher lows into all-time highs. So that alone is bullish. However, we need that trigger, that close above 270 to really, confirm the breakout and tell us that MATIC is going to start to move higher. Okay, and we're not there yet. So we do have a market making higher highs and higher lows. Now, one thing that a lot of people struggle with, okay, is that when a market gets to price discovery, and I struggle with this too, I'm not perfect. And when a market gets to all-time highs and starts to break out into price discovery, a lot of people struggle with where do I target? Because is this market going to go to $3? Is it going to go to $4, $5, etc.? So how do you target a market that is in price discovery? And there are a few ways to do it. So in this case, one thing that we can do is looking at the last few months of price action, you can see that MATIC has formed this sort of rounded bottom where we had these lows back here. We had a lower low back here in the market. And then since that point, we've had higher lows. So whenever you have a structure like this, what you can do is take the height of this pattern, okay, and then measure higher from the all-time high to that same distance, okay, higher in the market. So what that looks like is if we take our measurement tool, measure from the all-time high down here to this low, we get approximately $2. So if we then take $2 and just drag this up from the all-time high up here to $2, we get approximately 470. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and plot a level there for now, and we'll look at what else could point to a level up in that area. So I'm going to go ahead and clean this up for now. All right, so get rid of these to clean the chart up a little bit. And let's go ahead now and talk about, where else this market could go if it does break 270. Now, this next, and I hate to even call it a trick because it's really so incredibly simple, but if more people did what I'm about to show you, there would be a lot more profitable traders out there. Just because it's so incredibly simple, especially when a market starts to break to all-time high. So instead of a trend line at those lows, what we're going to use is an equidistant channel. Okay, so it's just two levels that run parallel to one another. And instead of a trend line, we're going to use the bottom of a channel. Okay, now if we do that, instead of a trend line, and we drag up higher to the top of this price action. So all we're doing, same trend line down here, only we now have an equidistant level that connects with this high. So we're including this price action, okay? Now, when you do that, immediately you can see that you get a level up here. Now, it's pretty natural to assume that if MATIC can get above 270 over the coming weeks, okay, break above this area, it's likely to find resistance up here at the top of this channel, okay? So whether that's around $4 or maybe 470, this level up here, it all depends on when MATIC tests that level. But, a market loves symmetry, okay? Always remember that. Markets love symmetry, and that's why equidistant channels like this work so well. So if we get above 270, okay, if MATIC gets above 270, daily close above this, that becomes support, and then resistance is going to be up here at this level, as well as that 470 mark, okay? So that's how I would play a breakout scenario. Wait for the daily close above 270 and then target the top of that channel somewhere between $4 and $4.70. Now let's also talk about a scenario where MATIC either pulls back or doesn't break out at all, but let's just assume for a moment that MATIC does not break out at least this time. So let's say it gets rejected from 270. Where can we look for support here? All right, so one thing that strikes me is that every single time MATIC has rallied like this, all right, it's pulled back basically to the same area based on Fibonacci retracements. So if we look here over the past few weeks, you'll notice something that kind of repeats here, where we had this move up, okay, we had this one here, and also this one here. Now, every single time, okay, this is the 50% of that first move, and you can see where this line intersects right with that low. Now, same thing through here. Here's your 50%. Okay, here's that line, and here's the low. Now, in this case, the market did pull back a little bit further down to about the 618, but same rules apply. Basically right around that 618 to 50%, the market pulled back and bounced from there. So if we use the same logic and assume that MATIC is going to get rejected somewhat from here and pull back one more time, then what we can do is draw our fibs from this low up here to 270, assuming that MATIC is going to test that level over the next few days. And we can see that, I know it gets a little bit messy here, but we can see that the 50% is right here, the 618 is here. So really just above $2, which also happens to line up with this price action right here. Okay, so support is going to be really anywhere from $2 all the way up to $2.20. Okay, so if we get rid of all these levels now and just kind of clean this up and run through some scenarios. So here's kind of what I'm watching from MATIC over the next few weeks. So we either get a close above 270, so daily close above 270 in the next few days, flip this area to support, and then get a move up here toward the top of this channel somewhere around $4. Or we get a rotation lower first, in which case we look to this $2 support area down here, all right, to provide support and for that move back up into this area. Okay, or the third scenario is if MATIC fails to break out and does break down, the must hold area here is going to be right down here around $1.70. And the reason for that is because the only reason that this is going to work, all right, that breakout above 270 is going to work, is because the market has been making higher highs and higher lows. If we see that change, then this entire idea is no more, okay? So if it breaks below $1.70, then this entire idea is off the table. So $1.70 is going to be the one to hold, because we would not want to see this market come down and take out this low down here and also this trend line. So there you have it, guys. I mean, that's really how I'm breaking this down. Get above 270 on a daily closing basis. We're likely to see that move up into the $4 region. Alternatively, if we do get that rotation lower from 270, look to the $2 support area, and $1.70 is the must hold. If MATIC were to break below that, then this entire idea is, as I said, off the table. All right, so I hope that this has helped you guys kind of navigate this market. And if you like this content, be sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and leave your comment below. I do try to make it a point to respond to every single comment. So take care, guys, and I will talk to you soon.